Ben, look at all the cars. Yeah, look at all those cars and all the lorries. There's the lorry, look Ben, can you see? There's the lorry, that's the Yodel lorry, that one, not you're looking for. You're looking for the Stobart lorries. We haven't done it, took one, didn't he, coming up? You can't see any more though, can you?
Well then guys, this is Wednesday now and this is after school, and would you believe it or not, for the second day in a row he's back on his trampoline again.
Thing is, he's had obviously we done school runs this morning and this afternoon, obviously because of Ben's
we had to do school runs today because of
Ben's medication.
They had to take some medication into school, but I'm just flabbergasted, guys, really.
Look at this. Yeah, I am actually. And even when they brought him out to the car this afternoon, they said like a flip a switch, didn't it? It's like the brain to reset itself.
It's like since he had the seizure on Saturday afternoon and Sunday morning, it's like someone's hit the reset button.
Thing is, all it took is a simple blood test to hospital done Saturday and Sunday to find out his magnesium and vitamin D levels are low, you know?
Not being nasty, guys, you know, we've been going on about this for months, you know. The headbanging was a sign and a warning sign, and it happened.
I just wished they'd believed us from the first place. It was a medical problem rather than the mental, you know what I mean? We wouldn't have to come through this, you know?
You know, I just can't let this lie anymore.
I can't let them get away with it. I can't let them get away with it, you know?
You tell me, guys, when in the last year or so have I filmed Ben on that trampoline?
You said they got himself.
You can go back on the vlogs and have a look. You'll see that he's not hardly been on there for at least, what, 10 months?
Look at that, his fun on his face, you know?
Yeah. And this is medical negligence.
It is.
Negligence is the word, or can't. Negligence?
Yeah, I can't say it, but yeah.
This is medical negligence. You know, you're seeing what happens again to children with autism and special needs. They got kicked to the curb during COVID.
I'm just fed up with people using COVID as an excuse all the time, you know what I mean? It's like Ben's got feelings since... Look, Ben's... They're headbanging. Again, what we said to them is he was doing it because he was in pain. Oh, no, it's his autism, it's his behaviour, situation. Not being nasty, guys. Since he's had that seizure, not once has he headbanged. And even school said that today.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be, you know, as we continue on with this day-by-day check-up on what's going on while we've been off vlogging, you know, yeah, we're going to see what happens when the medication for his antibiotics comes off and see what changes happen. But for vitamin D supplement, he's going to be on that for a long term.
And possibly magnesium.
And magnesium needs to be probably looked at. What they said about the magnesium, is he going to have to stay on that?
Possibly for 3 months, but definitely his vitamin D long term.
Yeah.
That's due to his epilim he has to take as well, apparently.
It's crazy, isn't it? Just a simple blood test that could have been done properly in the first place. Could have stopped all the aggro, all the stress, and Ben missing all that time going to school. I'm just flabbergasted, guys. You can see him. He's on his trampoline. He wasn't forced out here. Came out on his own. You ever seen him jump with a spring in his hand? You won't believe how I feel right now as his dad to see him back in this mode again. Right, Ben. Spring has sprung, you know, start of a new season, and looks like someone's flipped the switch with Ben as well, so just fingers crossed it continues.
So yeah, so look at that cheeky smile on his face. Obviously Stephen's just put the bubbles out for Ben because he loves the bubbles. Look, this is the Ben we know and love, you know. It's just crazy, you know.
Like, someone jumped with a spring.
He jumped in with a spring. Oh, bless him. You're right, my darling. Look at that cheeky smile.
Does mean we can use our garden again?
Finally, yeah? It does actually make you emotional. Believe me, as I'm watching it, whilst I'm recording this, I am actually crying because it's just so amazing to see. Like I said, we've gone through 9 months of hell, basically. I have to admit that. Obviously, it's coming off now, but you can't expect us to stay out here all day. I said, oh, the bubble stop, Ben. Look at that cheek. No, he's not. Yeah, because the bubbles have stopped, I think.
Well then, guys, hi, how are we doing? Yeah, it's been a week now since we last uploaded anything, and yeah, as you know, last Saturday, as you just saw, we started vlogging as normal, and decided to take the kids out basically for a trip to Mcdonald's for lunch, and yeah, Cheryl, do you want to say?
And basically what happened was, because obviously it's Ben's first trip in his new car. Every time he's come home from school, he's always gone up to us and touched it. We said, yeah, come on then, we'll go to McDonald's for a nice treat, things like that. Obviously Stephen and Sam went inside, because obviously the drive-through was crazy. And then, so me and Ben went outside. He saw from the collector, was happy there, watching all the lorries go by, all the trucks. I think I was looking for, yeah, do so what, lorries expensive, yeah. And he was absolutely fine, no issues, nothing like that. Going back to the car with them McDonald's. Obviously what I'd done was put his chips and things in the bag for him so he wouldn't make a mess, obviously, because in his brand new car. And then actually out a scream, and then he had a big major, wasn't major, but then he started tonic seizing in the car. Very, very shocked.
Basically, he was doing this in the car,
Like
guys.
this,
Not talking about my hand or anything, but imagine this is his body in the back of the car. It's like he would sit down like this, and suddenly he arched up like that, and then he was like shaking away, and I just chucked myself out of the car as quick as I could, ran round, tried to get him out, but because he was like this, he was like stuck, and the seizure went on for 40 seconds, and got him out eventually down onto the floor outside, and I gave him his emergency medication, and I'd like to thank those who were passing by who rang for the ambulance for him, and to the ladies in the car who gave him a blanket, and I put something under his head
for him.
And it took 5 minutes for the response team.
They were really
first
quick.
Response to get to us. And bless them, there was one girl. She was, I think it was the girl, wasn't it? She was training.
She was training, yeah.
Yeah, she was out training with the other guy, and basically they settled Ben, you know, calmed him. But by the time he had his emergency medications, it had put him to sleep.
And probably he was violent in sick afterwards, so wasn't he as well,
yeah,
bless him. But
he absolutely, he chucked himself, bathed up everywhere, and this was while he was out, he was vomiting, and then 20 minutes the ambulance got to us.
Yeah, and in the ambulance they gave him some anti-sickness meds, stopped him being sick, which did help basically, didn't it, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank Cheryl's sister Becky and
Dom.
Dom for being there at the right place, shall we say?
They were actually, because they wasn't come around to
She was very sick, bless her.
She was so sick, bless her, because she had seizures herself when she was growing up as well. But she was where she never used to tonic clonic, did she? She used to have the absences, things like that. But obviously she's bless her, she knows what it's like when she went through herself. But yeah, she absolutely come over to us with tears. I said, at the time he come round, he was absolutely fine, wasn't he? They just took him off to the ambulance and obviously to the Horton, because it's actually been 5 years since he had his last seizure. We thought we was over this, you know.
I seriously thought, you know, he wasn't ever going to have one. But, you know, from being watching us for a while, we've been saying about the head banging and everything else. This was a sign. This was a sign that something was wrong. He was hurting inside. Just no one would care. They thought it was just his behaviour.
Right,
you know, and I'm so angry with everyone that have thought that. Really am.
I know the hospital.
I can't fathom just to sit here and just let everyone get away with what they've done. You know.
I know.
I really can't.
We've gone through 9 months of hell for this, and then basically the hospital couldn't believe this has been carrying on since June, etc, etc. They said it's not fair, you've had to suffer this. Again, the Horton were amazing with Ben. Again, it's Oxfordshire. They always have been amazing with Ben. Even when you went back there, he had his life-threatening seizure. They saved his life, basically. Yeah, it's all really, really great. Nothing was too much trouble for them, was it?
No, but the issue we had, which I was a bit disappointed, is that they sent him home Saturday night. And he was fine. He got out, walked to the car.
Absolutely fine, Philippines.
You know, he was okay, but he was quiet. And he was very tired. You could see he was tired. It had really took it out of him. And every single minute I was driving back to the house, Cheryl kept saying to Cheryl, is he all right? Is he all right? Is he all right?
He was absolutely fine.
He was doing this in the back.
Just so tired.
And then he went up to bed, and then about 1:15 in the morning, according to looking back at the rings when what happened. And
he woke me up making a horrible snorting crazy noise, and was having another tonic clonic seizure in his sleep, which has never done that. That was the most scariest time ever.
He was breathing really fast, and
that's when the paramedics had to give him oxygen, because his oxygen levels dropped like crazy.
Got the ambulance back again, and these two girls who came out, and bless them, you know, they had to get Ben from upstairs down the stairs and into the ambulance, and basically they had to use like one of these like chair things to help him come down the stairs when he was strapped into a chair. And bless her, she really struggled with Ben to bringing him down, but they coped. And
they did.
I feel, you know, I wish I could have helped him, but there was not enough room on the stairs for us to, you know, all be there.
When we got him into the ambulance, he helped them and stuff like that. But I wasn't expected to get blue lighted again. Less than 12 hours later, back to the Horton again. But
yeah, and then he went back into the children's ward.
But they kept him in overnight that time, didn't they?
And then he stayed in Saturday night, which Cheryl stopped, and we woke up Sunday, and
Sunday. Sorry, I was just losing track of the days.
Yes,
yeah.
Saturday night he had the other seizure. Sunday morning.
Yeah. So let us stay. That's it. So we both stayed Saturday night with him, didn't we? And then you stay Sunday. That's it.
Yeah, I stayed Sunday night, went him into Monday morning as well, because Cheryl had to go in for Sammy, get him ready for school, and all day long he wasn't even allowed to leave the room he was in because of COVID. He was only basically allowed to just go to cross and back to the toilet, and that was it. And he coped
really well.
Really coped to put up all day Saturday night into Sunday, and then most of Monday before he got discharged in the afternoon. And he was absolutely fine. And I'd like to thank everyone at the Horton Hospital in Banbury for what they done for him. And they fed him well. The food was nice. They fed us, didn't they?
They did. They didn't have to feed us at all, which was nice. Because I think at the one point on the Saturday night when we both stopped, obviously, they made the beds up for us. They told us to go to sleep because they said Ben was he was fine. And obviously he had all the wires on and things like that. So they made us go to sleep. I'm glad they did in a way. Obviously we didn't sleep that great, but you just can't, you know.
Yeah, Sunday night into Monday morning. Because he was in there, was keeping an eye on his observations while he was asleep, and Yeah, they said he was fine. He was roaring over. He was.
He was pulling all the things off, wasn't he?
The things kept falling off, and
He wasn't interested.
yeah. And then he came home Monday afternoon, guys. He was really tired.
Really
The last few days he's had more sleep than he's ever had
He's had
in the
about
last
13
year.
hours sleep, hasn't he?
Yeah, but on the lighter side, in the moment I'm going to show you. He's been on his trampoline again. He's come home from school over the last few days. He's gone straight out on his trampoline and he's loved it.
He has loved it, hasn't he? But the thing is also, we touch wood, it won't go. It will stay like this. But we've had no head banging. He hasn't laid on the floor. I'm saying that he laid on the floor about last night. I think that was because he was tired, wasn't it? He went to the stairgate about 5:30.
Yeah, 6:30 he kept walking to the stairgate again.
And we said no, and there isn't a bedtime yet. They started laying on the floor, didn't they?
Yeah.
Thing is,
I'll tell you what, guys, I'm very worried for him now, more than ever. I'm concerned how tired he is. I don't know if this is down to what he's been through. But, I never see him sleep as much as he's done over the last few days.
I haven't.
Really
it's
haven't.
just crazy.
I'm glad it's Friday. As we record this right now, it's Friday. And see how he goes over the weekend. And once again, we'll come back and, get going again with the daily vlogs. And you'll see his progress, see how he is.
So yeah, but the thing is, what we'll know about it is, I can't remember mentioning it on some of the clips we've done, so I do apologise if you have. Like I said, the whole week's just gone by in the blur, basically. Obviously, the people helping us tried to get blood tests, they couldn't get them done because they were just messing around. I can understand where they're coming from, needles and things like that, but instead of going straight for it, they had like this little light thing, didn't they? Just trying to mess around with things.
Not being nasty, the thing I'm angry about is that it's took Ben to basically have a seizure for them to get these blood tests done. And to find out his magnesium levels are 40% lower than normal. And he's also got to be on vitamin D for a while as well. So he's got further medication to take.
Bless him, yeah.
And then he's got to go up for a follow-up blood test on the 26th of April.
To take his magnesium levels.
See where we stand.
Because obviously there's possibility you might have to go on magnesium supplements and also vitamin D supplements now for at least 6 months, isn't there?
Yeah.
So from there,
Yeah, guys, so...
Well, I want to say a big thank you for your love and support, all your comments. Has been really, really grateful.
Yeah,
for
we're still been here. Don't worry, we're okay. Ben's fine.
Touch wood.
He's touch wood. He's been going back to school all right, and they've had no problems at school.
Touch wood.
But his old self is coming back, as far as I know. When he's ate his food and basically tried to go for sort of other people's.
Yeah,
that's Ben involved because he used to do that all the time.
He used to all the time, didn't he? So,
yeah.
Only thing is, on Saturday night, I come home and I actually cried because I felt myself like I was a bad mum because, if you reckon for our channels now, we've been suffering now since June last year, and we've been constantly saying Ben's in pain. This isn't behaviour. This is his way of saying something.
I know the issues with coronavirus has been bad. But those with additional needs like Ben have suffered with this. And the thing I'm annoyed about is that all they could come up with in the period of 8 months they were here with us was silly pet cards and thinking that would solve the problem.
Exactly. No, I know. Like I said, I wished all along they got me to hospital. So like I said, knocked him out under every test under the sun. But obviously, like I said, it took a seizure to realise these levels are low and things.
COVID's caused the issue.
It has caused the issue.
COVID's caused the issue big time with him.
Big time. The thing is, what's annoying about it is, obviously, back in December, we got referred for what's the place called? Something?
For his helmet.
Yeah, for his helmet. And obviously, got referred back in the start of January. No, got referred back at the start of December. And they said, we should have an appointment by January, if not get into contact.
And
so
then the next wave hit, and then everything just shut down again.
And then basically, so I phoned him up a couple of weeks ago. They said, "Oh, sorry, you're in the system somewhere. I haven't got a clue when it's going to get seen. Obviously, Ben had the seizure, hospital. Then just like the day after, guess what happens? Just like that, suddenly the appointment comes out of nowhere.
And all of a sudden, guys, he's got a 6-stage plan to basically look after him now.
It's just crazy.
As soon as he's had this seizure, that telephone's not been
It has to stop ringing for appointments and things like that, which we should have had in the first place. It doesn't make sense why they've done this. But
at the end of the day, we've said it on the vlogs, we knew he was in pain from when he's been doing his head banging. It just got worse and worse and worse, and all of a sudden, last Saturday afternoon, that was it. It just exploded into a seizure.
It did big time.
I'm angry, guys, I tell you. I really am. I'm angry with all of them, letting something like that stop it. I don't know what to do. I really don't.
I don't know what to do. But the thing is, I don't want them. I can't let them get away with it. You know what I mean? Because again, situation is not. Some say doing medical negligence claims, things like that. It's not about the money situation. Far from it. It's the fact of the matter is what happened on Saturday should never have happened.
Me and you have gone through hell with him.
We have.
And we've left Sammy to the side because of dealing with Ben's problems.
Oh, no.
Sammy's teenager hormones are all going all over the place. He's basically slamming doors and screaming, and you name it, he's doing it.
Thing is, what was most scary thing is Sammy actually saw Ben have his 2 seizures, and that's really shook him up now as well. It really has.
He really thought we left him behind at the weekend because we had to go and deal with Ben.
I know he spent the weekend at my mum's, but she still was really nice. He really enjoyed spending time at mum's, but again, it's like he said, "Oh, is Ben all right now? Has Ben all right?" Sort of thing. It's not going to happen again, is it? So it has really made Sammy's anxiety really worse as well now. So
the worst thing is we don't know if it will happen again.
We don't. This is the question.
This is the problem now. And now we've had this period of 5 years to now. It just could happen again any time. But his epilepsy medication's gone up and his sleep medication's gone up. So fingers crossed that will stabilise it again.
Thing is, even everybody else, like his carers come in the mornings and stuff, and also people on his taxi company, and even people at school are saying how well he looks, which is one good thing now, isn't it? So hopefully, and also it's like something flipped in his brain, isn't it?
It's like the seizures caused basically a switch to be flipped.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll never see that head banging again.
Hopefully,
because
but
it's horrible, absolutely blimmin' horrible.
It is.
I know I should really mention it on here, but Kevin Chapman, I saw your vlog the other day, and you want to watch this video and you will understand what's happened to Ben over the last 12 months.
What he said about you mentioned about kids with special needs and things like that being left behind in the pandemic. I do have to agree with him. They have big time. It makes you wonder if these problems with Ben, if COVID wasn't around, what has actually happened, you know what I mean?
Anyone with a special need or a disability, I'm going to guarantee they've been left behind during this COVID epidemic.
Big time.
The carers, a lot of their care support stopped in the early stages.
They did do big time.
Yeah, and Ben, he just couldn't put up with it anymore. That's
Can't
simple
blame
as
him,
that.
being honest, if you really can't. So
you know what, guys? If any one of you who have suffered in this last 12 months, comment down below. We need to read what's happened as well.
we do, don't we?
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to take this further, if we're going to have to sit down and discuss and things like that, what we're going to do and stuff like that.
It's just not fair.
It's just not fair.
We live in Brackley, guys, and we're on the border of Buckingham and Oxfordshire. And, half the time, you got to think, where is your nearest hospital? Where is your nearest medical provision? 26 miles up the road to Northampton or just 9 miles to Banbury.
Exactly.
It's just a joke, absolute joke.
It is, but I've got to be grateful the Children's Ward at Banbury give us open access, long-term open access of Ben, which is pretty good. And that's just any issues with him, isn't it? Just phone him up saying, run away with Ben, and that's absolutely fine, isn't it? So.
All right then, guys. So, thank you very much for all your comments and all your lovely words and everything. We'll be back, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock as normal.
Thanks very much, guys.
We'll
Bye-bye.
see you guys. Bye.
Just stay for